guys in this video, since before this you would have just seen all time lapse of me building the cage. But in terms of the cage, well, before I get to that, super great to be working on this project again. I kind of set a goal for myself to get the cage built by the new year, over winter break, and we're almost there. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve as of when I'm filming this, and it's coming along. The cage is done. Per what I want, I'd say that it is pretty much done. I decided not to do the back like roll bar thing because I do that on all my trucks, on all the pickups that I've had. If you look back in my YouTube history, you know, you'll see that all of mine have that. And I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to go a little bit different, away from my norm. And today's plan is to be working on mounting the cage to the body. Yesterday all I didn't film it, but I just did some tweaking. I had to drop this bar a little bit lower because it was in the way of the screw holes, and on the other side this piece was not straight, so I had to fix that. But otherwise I'm really happy. Cleaned this up and got that little thing finished. I don't think I showed you guys that at all, but there you go. I'm really happy with it so far. So the plan is basically just to make little tabs that stick up to screw into those holes. Same on the other side. And then on the back, I was going to do custom front and rear bumpers, but I decided otherwise because there's a screw hole there and there. You can't see it because it's all black, but the plan is to use those and just make little brackets that bridge across the bottom corner there, and that will be how I mount the rear. And then the front is going to get a custom bumper, but I have not thought about how that is gonna turn out yet. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'll probably maybe start working on that tomorrow. But anyway, then the other idea that I had while I'm talking to you guys, because there'll be more time lapse here in a bit, is I was thinking of doing scale rear brake lines. Well, just brake lines in general out of this thin electric fence wire. Not that we have an electric fence, but we had gotten some wire for something. There we go. And I was thinking run this along the back axle somehow, make little brackets, run it up here, figure out some material to use as a flexible hose to go from the pumpkin up to the chassis. And then I was going to drill into the bearing seats. Really tiny hole, just big enough to fit this, and stick it in there just so it actually looks like the line is going somewhere, as opposed to just petering out by the wheel. So that's an idea. That'll be another episode though. So with that, let's get started working on mounting brackets. I forgot how much I hate mounting this body to this chassis. It is super annoying. I gotta remember to be extra careful. And it's also tricky because you gotta thread the screw through multiple things. So, you know, whatever. But, roll cage. Seems to work. Seems to be pretty good. Now I want to try and tie this into there somehow, into that little hole. I'm debating, based on the fact that the 4 screws to put the body on this thing are hard enough to put on. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But at least I don't have to take the body off to get to the battery, because my hands are small enough to fit into the window, so that makes things a lot easier, I will say, which is nice. so that'll make things a little easier. Yeah, I don't know. That's it for now. I'll keep working, keep thinking, yada yada. Okay, time for a check-in. I'm over here because my workbench is too much of a mess to film this. So I went ahead and made a bumper, which turned out really great. And I also made these little back attachments like I was talking about. And those work great, but of course I went and took the risk of saying, well, alright, let's try attaching the bumper to the cage and sliding it on like that. But we got a problem, so that's not gonna work, which is a bummer because that would have been an awesome way to put the cage on and have the bumper attached to the cage, which I want. But honestly, at this point, I don't think I'm gonna bother with it because there's not enough space for screws down in there. There's just not enough space, and with the front of the body, it just isn't gonna work. So I think I'm gonna leave that free floating, unfortunately. Now, I did have the idea I could try cutting this out and moving it back, but then that cuts out the bed space, and I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I could remove this altogether, but that definitely adds like side rigidity to the cage. So I don't think I'm gonna get rid of that either. So that's kind of a bummer. I really wanted to have it attached to the bumper, but I don't really have a good solution for that. So anyway, I might keep thinking. I'll cut that off and reattach it. But then after that, I think it's done. I'm debating between blue and black for the cage, but we'll see. Not this blue, more of like a teal color. But anyway, the cage is done. I'm pretty much all done working on it. I'm not gonna paint it yet in this video, just in case I decide to add anything else to it, any more bracing, or if someone gives me any interesting ideas, then I might add some stuff to it. But other than that, it is done. The bumper is done, and all that's really left for me to do until it's completely done is basically do some body work. There's still some lines on the side there. You guys can't see it, but there are still lines that I did not fill very well, and I didn't know that I didn't fill well until I primed it. So I need to sand the primer off and go back in with some filler today and fix that. Gotta sand some stuff, clean up some scratches from the cage that I made, stuff like that. And then I'll paint the body and the cage. I won't do that on camera. I know roughly what my paint scheme is, but I don't know 100% how I'm gonna do it yet. I'm gonna need to order some more paint too, I think. So I only got one can, like one Tamiya can for this whole body, and it's not gonna be enough. So yeah, and then once it's painted, I'll come back and do another video on the custom little brake lines that I was thinking of doing out of this stuff, which I think should be fun. And then after that, I will do lighting. So that'll be fun because there's a lot of places for there to be lights, and the way I'm going to do it is the little holes that the clear lights go into. I am going to basically hot glue a little LED behind that, and then it'll shine through. I'm sure I probably already explained this in other videos of this series, but it's been so long that I don't remember what I've explained and what I haven't. But after paint, brake lines, lighting, and then it'll be done. So thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's been a long time coming, but it feels good to get it done. I'm happy with the result. Hope you guys are too. If you are, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you think. Also, do you think we should do the cage black, or, well, you can't see it, but the blue that is, you can go look at that video if you want a better reference for the color. I'm like 80% sure I want black, but I'm not sure if I want to be a little different and go blue, because the body is going to be dark gray, if you want that piece of information. Also follow me on Instagram at highway49_RC, and I'll see you guys in the next one.